what's really neat, this year was this tree was planted here last year. It has a sister tree which was just planted at the National Historic Site at Fort Langley. They want to rebuild their heritage orchard, and it was a really neat opportunity for us to give a tree from our site, which dated from the 1880s, that particular stock, to put up at their historic site to start their new orchard. And so that's one of the things that we hope to do with our orchard. Whenever we propagate trees, we propagate 2 of them. It costs us $30 for each tree, so then it's $60. Then we buy grow bags, then we have all kinds of other stuff. But sometimes they're damaged, so we know we'll always have one good one. And when we have surplus, we're able to help out other heritage nurseries get started in the area. So it was, I don't know where else the National Historic Site would have gotten a 10-foot tree for their planting ceremony. We just happened to have one. It was very nice to be able to give that to them.
You got it, figured. Perfect.
That is nice.
That's a beauty.
Chances are getting one of those nice red ones. Let's have a look.
The first tune we're going to play for you is called Rubber Dolly. 1, 2, 1.
Apple Day. We're glad that we came here, and we're also really glad that the Derby Reeks Parks Association put so much energy into the heritage apples. So the plan for the tour so far is we're going to start here and talk a little bit, and then we're going to move parts of the old orchard to the east this way. If we have lots of, we'll pick some apples out there and talk a little bit about those apple trees. If we have lots of time, there's another heritage apple, actually the oldest one, which is down the path that way. Why does apple history matter on this site? Well, apple history to me, this is one of the most beautiful places I think on earth. It's an incredibly rich location, and the apples are kind of a veneer. The history of the apples is part of that veneer of history that we can learn about here. Some people call them an edible reminder of our rural past, which I think is quite a beautiful way to put it. And just that layering on this of an orchard that was probably planted around the 1890s. There's anecdotal information that there was a man whose name was Roger who planted and tended these orchards. The only information that we know about Roger was that he was described as a black man. We don't know if he was descended from the indigenous Hawaiian people that came to Fort Langley in the 1820s and lived in this area and worked for the fort, and eventually in the 1860s homesteaded across in Maple Ridge and were some of the first citizens of Maple Ridge. But he apparently tended a large orchard here in this area around the 1890s. And if anybody hasn't had a chance to try cooking, please don't hesitate to come, because they've got some.
Alright, Apple, you're mine. You're going down.
Are you being a warrior?
That's right.
Okay, you're done now. Grab the apple and you slide it right off.
Did you want to try?
Kids love to do that, don't they?
Going hard? Need some help?
It's kind of a tough apple.
Goes like an accordion. Try that. Is that like playing an accordion? Okay, you eat the accordion.
Going to be with the Americans. You know what they're like. So we need to get on the other side of the Fraser River so that they can't cut us off from England. So they took the whole show and they moved it across the river to a new capital, a new site, which they eventually named Here, the engineers were basically also called Mercy and putting down
You seem to be enjoying it. In fact, I'm enjoying it over here even.